What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a How to Play here today. Today, we're going to be looking at Wesley Bittner's 14th place good Jiro list. Jiro, one of the boogeymans of the format, got a huge glow up when it comes to the class reunion deck, so I'm really excited to see what Wesley has to show for us. The goal of this video is to talk about a little bit of everything. I want to go over their deck list, as well as some of the strategies and tactics utilized and highlight some cards, and then we'll go back over the recap and see how it all fits back together as the big puzzle piece. So, deck list overview. A couple things that stand out to me in your classic Jiro list is first off, Jiro's normally played on the air symbol, right? This is not your classic Jiro. We're off the good symbol. The big key card that we want to look at is the future is now. That's the thing that really put this symbol on the map again, right? A couple cards that I think are neat are like Airstream Driver and Cannon Blast are absolutely massive. We got the flash packages of Specialized Sound Waves and Amplified Sound Blast, and then our foundation base is kind of all about like just flow. I want as many foundations as possible with mail bonding and new training method. It can't be fixed as build out the biggest board as possible. Passing the torch to draw a bunch of cards. You're finished to draw a bunch of cards. Destined to draw a bunch of cards. The only real defense that we have on the board is like Specialist of Sound, Bonds of Friendship if you count it, Determined if you count it. I think mainly those are just there for 6 checks, but let's see how all the pieces connect together. Let's talk about Jiro herself first. She wants to gather information, right? Her ability to look at the top 2 cards of my deck and your deck, put them back however I want, is incredible, right? Oh, I've got 2 5s on mine. You've got a 5 and a 3. Well, I'll swap the slots. I know what you're checking. I know what you're drawing. I know. And you don't. That information gathering is like takes out all of the guesswork of, hey, how do I string together a kill? How do I stop you from killing me? It's really incredible. She wants to play incredibly long strings. She's got some really awesome tactics to set up her discard pile and set up her momentum well enough to play these long moves. And you get to abuse the future is now, right? We get to take and play really fast, really hard hitting moves, and that snowball and perpetually get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so like flying things like the future is now, saying, hey, this one doesn't count. Okay, let's give it +6/+6. Insane. And then recur the most important attacks. One of the strongest tools that she has is Specialized Sound Waves. Normally during deck strategy, I don't talk about specific cards, right? But we talked about the futures now. Specialized Sound Waves. If I have a momentum, I get whatever I want out of my discard pile. Hey, the futures now is good. I'll pick it up. I want a Cannon Blast right now. I'll pick it up. And she also gets to guarantee that check. So we're playing so many 6s, right? So let's get into it. Let's talk about the bombs, right? First and foremost, we've got Create Capture Net as well as Cannon Blast. Jiro says response after you play an attack, it gets +X speed and +X damage. If it's a weapon, it gets speed. If it's a charge, it gets damage equal to the number of cards in your card pool. So playing a foundation and then playing Create Capture Net, it gives your move +2. Your Capture Net gets +2/+2. And then if they happen to block this very scary 2 low for 6 that's stunned to 2 to build them a card down, we also get to clear the card out of their card pool and give +3/+3 on an Airstream Driver. I still have 2 cards in my card pool. I got an extra 2 damage. This is a 6 high for 11 as the second card. What a bomb. And then Cannon Blast is probably the card that we abuse the most when it comes to the future is now. Put 4 cards in my card pool, play the future is now, play Cannon Blast at the end, give it +6/+6. Not to mention it gives itself +2/+6 or +3/+6. The card's incredible in good Jiro. It really is the thing that makes this symbol shine above everything else is how much stock can I put in Cannon Blast. It's very strong. The next big thing that Jiro wants to do, especially with these late strings, is she wants to have as much stun on the board as possible. So playing things like Back Alley Haymaker, which does have the charge keyword, so it's a 4 mid for 6 as your first card, either builds to facilitate those long strings, or draws you a card, I don't know, after I look and figure out which card I want on top of my deck to redraw. And then stun 2, Create Capture Net, stun 2. It's very hard to block a +X/+X Cannon Blast that's going for your entire life total if you don't have any ready foundations. And so a couple back alleys into Create Capture Net and then the big bomb at the end is normally how we close stuff out. A little bit of a deck flow, specialized sound waves. We already talked about a little bit about how it stacks cards on top of our deck, and then the future is now ignoring things. But I missed a big thing about the future is now. It doesn't just ignore progressive, it gives the moves +2/+2. So that cannon blast that got +6/+6 is actually getting +8/8, and then another +3/6. You can see how this gets out of hand quick. And then destined for mainstream success. Flip, name a card type, reveal it. If it is that card type, draw it. Incredible whenever you use it tactically with Jiro. Also incredible whenever you need to just confirm a check. I don't know what's on top of my discard pile. I'll name attack. If it's an attack, I add it to my hand. Maybe it's a specialized, maybe it's a cannon. If it's not an attack, I show that I've got a solid check, a 4 or 5, maybe even a 6 on top of my deck. I know I get to play my next card, whether it be an attack or a block. Just wonderful. As we said at the top, burst building, we talked about male bonding, new training method, and then create capture net of like, let's build these cards down. Poking against Jiro when male bonding is out feels abysmal because she gets to just, sling so much damage back at you. She kind of is limited based on the number of foundations she has, and so if I double build male bonding, right, new training method, and then build down a couple cards in committed, when it gets back to her turn, if she built 5, you swing into her, she built 8, you lose the game because of how strong she is at swinging moves. It's just really awesome. And then create capture net, being able to build down relevant foundations during the middle of an attack string. It gives it makes your moves a little less potent because it clears that card out of the card pool. But passing checks is better than +1/+1. Let's go back to the deck list, right? As we take a wee look, this is a well-oiled, well-tuned machine. This is a good, solid list with some, every move gets just stats on stats on stats because of how strong Jiro is, and everything kind of leads to that final, I string out my move, this big haymaker, no pun intended, this big bomb at the end. Incredible list. I think this is pound for pound possibly the strongest deck in the game. I want to say congratulations to Wesley again for his 14th place finish at the KC RLE. If you liked this video, let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure you check out all the other how to plays on these competitive lists. With that said, you guys, thank you much for watching, and as always, I wish you well.